Having big dreams can be overwhelming sometimes. Sometimes it feels like you take one step forward and then you take two steps back. And you feel like you're chasing after something that might not even be real. But that's where discipline comes in. Because the only way that these big goals ever even happen is by following some sort of path to them. And sure, that path is going to twist and turn quite a bit. And sometimes when I make a pivot, like I am now, it can feel like I'm taking more than just two steps back. But then something good happened while I was making this pivot because it forced me to properly rehash just the past like 7 years of my life. And even then, there are plenty of things that I don't remember happened. But then as I've really had to go down the rabbit hole and I've started to like remember some of these things, I realized just how much they've all grown on top of one another. And I viewed it as a pivot because, oh, well, I'm going into a completely different field. So naturally, this is just completely uncharted territories. But that's not the case. And it's not actually two steps back. I mean, sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes it's two steps back. But in this case, it's not remotely two steps back. I mean, the only reason that I started doing paid consulting was because I was able to put myself out there with real estate and put myself out there with YouTube. And so then that led to more opportunities. And it's very unfair of me to myself to view it as two steps back when sometimes when you have like these really big goals and you think you see a path towards them, but then you're not completely sure, or you're like, there could be too many different routes it could end up taking, or I don't know, is it too far fetched where it'll never actually happen, things like that. But then when you finally like figure out the path, I think I said it in another video, but like follow the yellow brick road. When you finally figure out your yellow brick road, things start to click and you're like, maybe everything I want can be along this path. Maybe I'm not backtracking. Maybe this is just the part of the path that loops in a little bit. And then it snuggles up next to the other part of the path, and you're like, oh, hey, look at you, old friend. And I think that when I wrote this entry, I was very much stuck in the delusion aspect of it. But I knew that the only way to get to said delusion is through discipline. And that's why I'm sitting here on a very cold morning and I'm recording this because this is the discipline coming through in order for me to get to that delusion that I can see also very clearly up here. And yes, it might be cold, but you know what? It's going to get even colder. And then that's where the discipline's going to have to come even more because I told myself I would only record these entries while I'm outside at a park or outside, I guess, just in general, depending upon if I'm in the city or not. But if that's the case, I started this right before winter, so not very smart of me. But also, you got to start things when they inspire you. Because what am I going to wait until? Like I'm gonna wait 5-6 months until it's warm enough, and then honestly, with my social anxiety and me deciding to record in the park, this actually works out better than ever because I'm recording here on a lovely morning, and pretty much the only people here have dogs and kids. The only people here have living beings that need to get outside, but I really haven't seen many just like adults on their own. Then there's me with my little tripod. But this is the discipline coming into play. And I can't wait for the delusional part. I mean, I kind of already am in the delusional part. Even just recording my first batch, oh, I can't even tell you how good that felt. It doesn't even matter how the videos perform. I deleted the YouTube Studio off of my app. I mean, I deleted the YouTube Studio app off of my phone because I was like, Haley, how the videos do ultimately doesn't matter, because either way I've committed to doing this. And whether my videos get 10 views or 100 views or 1,000 views, it doesn't matter, because I'm still going to be out here in the cold recording. And that's probably a mixture of both the delusion and the discipline, because yes, I have the discipline to follow the path that I have laid out, but then I also have the delusion to dream big enough and the delusion to believe that things will ultimately work out just because I say they will. And you know what? For the most part, it's worked up until now. Yeah, sure. I can think of plenty of examples where it hasn't worked, but the great part is that I can also think of plenty of examples where it did work. So, I love to end these videos with a question to get you thinking. And what delusional dream do you have that you are too scared to work towards right now? And how can you just build the discipline to go after it anyways? Just baby steps, just one foot in front of the other. Not even a wide foot in front of another. You can heel toe all the way there if you want. Lord knows I have too many times, but I did it. And this is me doing it again too. Especially when I get anxious when I see anybody walking by, I'm still heel toeing it forward. So, what are you not working on that you should be working on, or that your soul wants you to work on? And figure out a way to start taking some baby steps in that direction. And feel free to keep watching me take baby steps in my direction. Oh, that was a bird, not a human. Gotta love New York. Have a great day.